Welcome to the Marvel Champions podcast. I'm your host Ryan, and always with me, my favorite co-host Scott.
Going on? What you been playing?
I'm just playing some little Marvel Champions over here.
A little
Like a
game
good-
called Marvel Champions?
Yeah.
Okay.
I recently had I was watching a video on YouTube, and this guy had a bunch of Marvel like merchandise and stuff in his background, and unrelated to the video at all. I made a comment. I was like, "Hey, have you played Marvel Champions?" And the person said no. I said, "Hey, well, if you want to spend some money, it's a
That's
great
right.
game."
If you want to get a bunch of stuff, this is not the game for you because it's all out of print.
Yeah, no, that's true too. That's true.
Yeah. Good job, Ryan. Way to rip that band-aid off real quick for them.
Yeah, that's a great talking point of like, hey, there's a great game, you should get into it. Oh, by the way, majority of things you can't get anymore.
Yeah.
But you can definitely jump on the ground floor of this new section, which really isn't the ground floor, but it's more like the 50th floor. But
like,
now, yeah.
Hey, you can get the oldest product of this game if you still want it.
There you go.
The
Do
core
you
box,
want to
right?
pay $1,000 for Captain America? Because you
That's right.
can.
You can. That's right.
Enough of that. The people wanna hear what's most important.
Hold your wings here. I got to talk about what I've been playing. Holy cow! It's the Ryan show.
No one cares. Okay, Scott. Let's just move on.
Okay, I've got to say my piece here because I
Okay.
have been sleeping on some Guardians. Okay,
Oh, I thought
we
you were actually been
had
sleeping. I'm like, good for you, bud.
no, I haven't sleeping at all. I've been sleeping on some Guardians, and one of those Guardians is Drax. I got to play some Drax
You've
lately, and it was your deck,
converted some
and
drag.
And it was a lot of fun to play. I think it might have been one of our live streams. I can't remember, but it was a lot of fun. He is actually really good. There's some newer cards that kind of make him a lot of fun to play. That was probably like my biggest takeaway was like there was some turns where I had like a crazy amount of cards. And normally when you think Drax, you think forehand size and you think I don't have a lot of cards, but I did, and it was awesome, and it was a lot of fun, and that is a deck that I want to play again and again. Whatever con we go to next, I'm definitely going to bring that deck, I think.
Okay, well, good. That's really good to hear, man. You like my deck. I love you, brother. Good.
Your deck is so good.
Well, good. I'm proud. Drax, I definitely, for both of us, just kind of was like, okay, he came out, we bought him because that's what you're supposed to do. Thanks for indoctrinating us, Fantasy Flying. And then we just never played him. But yeah, coming back to him, he's got some sweet skills.
Yes, he's got his invisibility. That was probably his biggest, thing I liked. His invisibility.
His invisibility. He just doesn't move. He moves so.
That was the other thing I was going to say, like, before we move on. So he's got that one card where every time you make a basic attack, you have to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
And that, to me, is like the epitome of like what I want. At least like every hero to have one upgrade like that, where it's a potentially unlimited use, but in all reality, it only gets used once or twice,
Yeah.
in a phase or a round. But I want that option. I don't want everything to exhaust.
He wants to dream, people. He wants to dream.
So, yes, that was like the biggest thing for me was like, I just want to keep drawing cards if I can. And if I can't, I can't. But if I can, I will.
And with the right deck, I mean, so the deck that you played was protection, all about readying to be able to draw as many cards as possible. So it worked. It's fun.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
So, thank you. And I think a little bit of thanks goes out to Astrodar. So,
yeah.
I think he put that bug in our ear. So,
I'm sure.
Thank you, Astrodar.
I'm sure Lazy Titan from the Winning Hand would probably also, because I'm pretty sure he's a big fan of Drax as well.
I think so.
But we did not specifically talk to him about Drax, so.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, cool.
Right.
Well, let's talk about a more controversial hero on the block.
Ooh.
Yes. Some people have mixed feelings on this hero. Let's find out our feelings on this week's episode of Is Falcon Good? Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, we need like graphic music.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, sure, right here.
Dude's like some like these cartoon like swooping in.
Falcon Punch!
Falcon Punch. Yeah, let's talk about Falcon. Let me I guess I get to do the wonderful
Yeah, you got
presentation
host
skills.
duties tonight, so
I'm
I'm just gonna
hosting.
sit back. I'm just gonna sit back and relax.
Oh, is that how that works? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Falcon, Sam Wilson. So here's his alter ego. The 10 health, 6 hand size, good. 3 recovery, not great. But I have been a big fan of his action. The discard 1 card from your hand, search your deck and discard pile for a bird card, and add to your hand. Personally, I only use it for his ally, because there really isn't a lot of bird cards. So, it is what it is. But I have found it to be helpful depending on the deck. There's some decks I've never used it, and then some that I use it more often.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you how many cards of his are actually bird cards.
He has 2. I think it's his ally, and then I think his resource generator, I think says bird on it.
Okay, the flock of seagulls. Okay,
Yeah, the flock of
and then
seagulls.
I think there's Hunnin and Munnin is like the only other bird card that I know of.
Leadership, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I don't
not
think there's
great.
another one. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's
Options are limited.
not good. Yeah, so
But it could be very helpful to get a bird out.
So do the designers be like, I really want to increase the number of bird cards that we have. Are we going to see more bird cards in the future, Ryan?
No, we're not. We're not going to see any more bird cards.
Okay, here's your bet, Ryan. Will you see a pool card before you see a bird card, or vice versa?
I think we'll see a bird card first before pool.
Okay.
Because maybe we'll get like Harvey Birdman ally or something.
Okay. Oh, what if it's Howard the Duck? Right? He's a pool.
He's a bird.
What if it's a bird pool card?
It's Howard the Duck. Yeah.
It's Howard the Duck ally. Okay, got it.
He would be a hero if they ever did do Howard the Duck. That would come with pool. I feel like.
Oh, you think
so? If any hero does, that's one of them.
Okay, you're gonna cause some controversy because Gwenpool seems like the most next in line to be a pool character.
Gwenpool. Who wants Gwenpool when you can have Howard the Duck?
All right, let's hear it in the comments. Let's roast Ryan. Let's make him a cooked duck.
As long as it's the movie version of that duck, the artist.
Yeah, the 80s version.
It's the creepy 80s version.
The only one it can be.
And someone has to do alt art where it's like Daffy Duck or something.
Okay, you're one to mix DC, Warner Brothers, and Marvel.
Yeah, we're going all into mixing it up. Okay, enough about this. Sam Wilson, alter ego. I think it's okay.
I think
it's not great.
He's your average human alter ego minus. To me, the only saving grace is its deck and discard pile. So if you do all the bird things, you can go fetch it out of the discard. So.
I'm glad he has 10 health rather than 9. I think that's a win, even though it's
only
one
hit points. Really
it
makes a difference.
It does. All right. Let's talk about Mr. Falcon.
Falcon Punch. So Falcon, I think what he's got going for him, his 2/2/2 stat line is good, right? A good mix. He's kind of that utility guy.
Yep.
He's got aerial by trait, which is nice, right? He didn't have to gain it in some random way. He didn't have a jetpack upgrade. I think his biggest thing is his whole playing with the top card of the encounter deck face up. Not only does it help him and it play a lot into what he does, I think it has potential in multiplayer to help generate extra combos with other heroes that like to feed off of the encounter deck.
Yeah.
And the Eagle Eye plays off of that. After you play an aerial card, discard the top card of the encounter deck. So if you see that it's a bad card, you can just kind of get rid of it. So you can kind of prep for the villain phase in that way, which to me is a good mechanic. It's kind of cool. It's unique. We haven't really seen that before. So from that perspective, that makes Falcon kind of cool.
Yep. I'm in the same boat. I really like the ability. I think it's very powerful. what he can do to see what's coming, and basically tailor the deck to what you need it for the upcoming round. Well, it's better in solo. Multiplayer, it really doesn't matter as much, but definitely in solo or 2-player, it can be a helpful tool. His ally Red Wing, I think he isn't bad. He's a 2-cost. He is that bird. 2 health, 1/1. His big thing though is you exhaust him and you return him to your hand, and you get to deal damage or remove threat according to the icons. And I think if you set that up, it can be really powerful, especially if you can set it up for like a following turn. So you play him, use his 1 thwart, 1 attack, and then the following turn, hopefully get at least a 2, and pull him back. So then you're doing a total of either 2 attack, 2 thwart combination, or sorry, not 2, 3 attack, 3 thwart, or whatever combination. And that's pretty. I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah, and it kind of plays with what he does, right? So if the top card is not what you want, you can play an aerial event, hopefully get you something better.
You can play
Right.
him and set it up because he's aerial.
Yeah, yep. Is it aerial card?
Yeah, an aerial card.
It's just an aerial card.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So yeah, yeah, the 2 cost is nice. He's got some versatility. You can just kind of keep throwing him out and bringing him back.
Yeah.
Ryan, I'm going to give you a softball question here. Can you name another signature ally where you can pull it back?
Yes,
into your hand?
there's several actually. So Hawkeye, bird related. His Mockingbird can be pulled back.
She can.
And then one of my favorite allies is Hellcat with She-Hulk.
Yep. And I don't know if any. I didn't prep for this. So
I'm trying to
let us know down in the comments if there's more.
There might be.
It's always a go-to.
Cool. So now we've got his thwart and his attack. They're both the same style, but you deal damage or remove thwart, and then you can remove more based off the boost icons or just the icons on the cards.
Yeah, I do like that it's both. I think the cards would be worse if they were just one or the other.
Yeah. And I think cost wise, like Birds of Prey, 2 cost, 4 damage, hopefully at least 1 more, so 2 for 5. That's pretty good.
And if you got like a Power Flight, that's the nice thing about all these aerial cards. Power Flight, that's one resource card and pays for it. So.
Yeah. Bird's Eye View, 2 cost for 3. That's not great, but if you can get that boost, 2 for 4 is all right. 2 for 5 is great. 2 for 6, amazing.
Especially with Thwart typically being a little more expensive. I'm surprised. I think he has a lower base because of the cost, but I still think it's pretty good.
Yeah. All right. His defense card. I'm a huge fan of this one. I'm just gonna say it out straight up. Up and away.
Okay.
I guess since I talked about it, I might as well. Up and away, 0 cost event. So this one. So after the attacking enemy is given a face down boost card, you get to look at it and the top card of the encounter deck. You can swap them, and then you draw cards according to the icons on that new boost icon, whatever one you choose. I really like that. And since it's a defense, it activates any defense-related things. You'll still have to exhaust, but it's I like drawing cards. Now, I do have to admit that I wish it did reduce some damage in some way. But for 0 costs, it's kind of but I like drawing cards. In protection, this card's really good.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. So the best with this one too is solo, right? Because if you know what the card is going into the villain phase, and you happen to have it. See, that's in this one. Is this a one of, or is there 2 copies of this?
I think there's 2. Yep.
So it makes it slightly better. It's really like I'm about to take this to the face and potentially draw, hopefully 2 cards makes it worth it, right? Because like you
Yeah.
said, it doesn't have any other positive. If it was like it negated the damage or negated at least the boost card, but it doesn't do either of those things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. As I was like talking about it, I was like, oh, maybe this isn't as good as I thought it was.
Maybe this
And
isn't good.
the reason why is I enjoy this card because I have a protection deck that I like playing Falcon in, and defense isn't an issue. So like this is purely just to draw cards. So I like getting the big boost.
Right. Because what you're saying is like typically you will exhaust to defend.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
hopefully you're having like 3 or 4 defense. Yeah.
I'm good on health or defense, so I can take it with no problem.
Okay. So it's slightly better, but that's protection. If you're playing something other than protection, this card to me loses a little bit of value.
Yeah, it does lose quite a bit of value. I feel like as a defense, it's not doing any defense other than you can potentially lower. Yeah, you can lower the damage and draw cards from it, basically. So, all right. There's Falcon's Flock, or the Flock of Seagulls card. It is a bird. I like this resource generator, the concept of it, because you can constantly use it. You can spend all 5 tokens, in theory, in one turn.
In 5 separate instances, correct? Because you remove 1 at a time.
Correct. So if you had like 5 aerial cards that all cost 1, it could pay for all those.
Sure. Did you find that the energy resource stipulation made any difference, either negative or positive?
I don't think so, because there is no... I don't think there's any aerial cards that
care about aligning.
That cares about... It doesn't have requirement, essentially.
Right. Okay. So and no other, like, the only other thing I would think of is like protection cards like electric, but none of those are bird, so it wouldn't even matter anyways.
Or aerial, yeah.
Or aerial. I guess you could use it on aerial. Let's scratch that. Yeah. I could see where this could be beneficial with other aerial cards from aspect cards.
Yeah. I mean, all of his cards are basically aerial, so this is primarily used for his cards. But because he's aerial, you would be lessing his effectiveness if you're not playing aerial aspect cards.
Right.
So
dive bomb. Mostly dive bomb.
Dive bomb's a big one, and then his protection one, the protection aerial one's really good.
You're talking about like Ever Vigilant?
Ever Vigilant, yeah. It's really good for him.
It's really good, yeah. It's like you're alluding to something later, Ryan.
Yes, I will. Probably talk about it. Everyone's favorite volunteer, Soup Kitchen, the 1-cost support. So, Scott, my question for you is, for all the times you've played Falcon, which I don't think is a whole lot, did you ever play Soup Kitchen?
That's a big negative, Ghost Rider. It costs too much.
1?
No, see, that's the deception, is you think it's 1, but an alter ego exhaust to me is just not worth it.
But you get to recover at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't recover.
Okay, well,
I never recover. I mean, I guess, and I think you could argue, like, so in this wave, Shuri does a similar thing. You know, she can go grab an upgrade and exhaust, and in essence turns out to be free. All of hers, you know, her Black Panther upgrades. I mean, I guess there's probably some Campbell's soup joke to make here, but I just never and then it goes down to the other thing is like, how often are you flipping down with Sam Wilson? Is it a whole bunch? Are you flipping down to go grab your birds? I don't know.
It really depends on the deck you roll with. I have an idea for a new deck I want to run with him to see if it'll work. That plays off Soup Kitchen. But the problem is if I'm playing off Soup Kitchen, that's a single card in this kit. I've got to dig for that pretty quick. So we'll see.
I don't know.
All right. Well, we'll come back to it. Aerial Evacuation. This is his like actual defense card. That's not a defense card.
when another friendly character would be dealt any amount of damage, discard aerial evacuation, prevent all of that damage, and change to alter ego form. If that character is in hero form, they also change to alter ego form. So is this where like your soup kitchen's being played into it? Get that aerial evacuation, go eat some chili.
I mean, that is nice.
You might have aerial evacuation if you eat the chili.
Gosh. Anybody got that Pepto Bismol? Yeah, I like the just the straight up boom. You take it, and then you're taking someone else for a ride with you.
Yeah, you're picking them up and making them scream. So I like the thematicness of this one.
Yeah,
I do like
yeah,
its preparation also. Like to me, there's some cards like that. Like let me put it down and I'll use it when I need it. I like that. That's very appealing to me because it's not
yeah,
as like hit and miss with like, oh, I needed to get it in my deck and I didn't get it, or my hand I didn't get it.
yeah. And then when they introduced this wave practice plan, that just like opened up a whole nother can of preparation shenanigans. So, which you've seen me do on a card probably coming up.
Yep.
Not this one, but
Aerial recon. No, just kidding. This. Go ahead.
Oh no, you go first.
I was gonna say this is like one of the cards. Like at first glance, I was like, I don't really like this card very much. But like in playing it, in actual being played and utilized, I kind of liked it.
Yeah, it's a very unique card, and I like what it does. I have not been able to play it every time, but it's one that can really get you out of a jam, like a really bad jam.
Yeah, especially since you control the top of the deck and then counter deck, and you know what card's coming. You know, you'd be like, I'd rather take that for my encounter card, or if you're working as a team in a multiplayer, be like, hey, do you want that card? I know you can deal with it, or you can get rid of it, or you can do something with it,
Hmm.
and then kind of like prep in that way.
Especially if it's one that's like in the standard set where alter ego is just gain surge. That's just a dead card. I mean, you can just, hey, you're going to alter ego. Okay, I'm going to give this to you. It's just going to gain surge, so you're just going to get a new card anyways. And now I've got
Right.
a freebie that I can use for when we're in desperate straits. So
Yep. Yeah.
yeah,
And it's an interrupt, so you can do the interrupt piece in alter ego, which is nice.
yes, very true, very true. It is a tactic, which is not a common one.
But it's aerial still. I mean, you can play your
Yeah,
birds and play that for free, so
that's right.
there's at least some small upside to the birds.
Yep. Oh, Battlefield Awareness. This, I think, is one of his best upgrades. It's a 2-cost one, aerial skill. This is the one that uses the icons to boost his basic stats, any of them. And I think that's
Right.
a really important thing depending on the type of deck you're running. If you're doing aggression, boost your attack. Justice, boost your thwart. Defense, boom.
Yep. To me, this is the card. The reason why he doesn't have any upgrades to give him plus anything is because of
Yes,
this card.
because it gives him
Yeah.
plus on everything.
Yeah.
If it just a one shot though. So,
Right.
but it can be incredibly powerful, especially it can be a +3 on something. That's huge.
Right. So he turns into a 5 at that point, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Basic of 5 for any of those 3 for hero. Yep.
That's pretty darn good.
So it's got potential.
Yeah.
It's just gotta hit. Unfortunately, I think that card can suffer from a little bit of consistency, right? If you just don't have good icon cards in
Yeah.
counter deck.
You're generally guaranteeing +1.
1, right?
Yeah. If any more is a win. So Draw Their Fire, the 1-cost upgrade. This card, I think I have a love-hate relationship with it.
Well, I gotta correct you, Ryan. This is a 1 cost per player upgrade.
Oh yes, yes. That's the love-hate relationship of this one. I think this is a great card for solo and 2 players, but I have played this at 4 players, and it is very expensive. But it's very powerful. Being able to basically block for everyone for the entire villain phase is we've seen how crazy that is.
Yeah, it has potential, but it's like I know we talked about practice playing, but in reality, it's like a one shot, right? It's like I'm gonna be really cool and good for this one villain phase, guys. Watch this, and then it's just like now I'm done.
Yeah. That's
But there is some argument for multiplayer. Be like, hey, if you can contribute one, well, I guess they can't contribute it because it's not an alliance or anything, so you have to pay for it. So it's like your whole turn. Yeah, that is kind of junky.
that's my big gripe about it is it's not alliance and it's per player. So
See, I
it is
think
your whole turn.
because of the per player, you should have been able to alliance. Like it needed an alliance to it. So it's like if you're one player, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's just you. If it's two player, hey, just toss me a resource or 3, 4. Toss me a couple resources, and I've got defense for this whole round.
Yeah. It definitely shoves this card into a protection build in which where I've used it, and it's been great because it was protection, and I just had like 6 defense, and I was like, all right, guys, I got you.
Well, and I say that, but I think I think I came off as like you play this as a defensive card, but it's a preparation card. So it's like, hey, I'm gonna play this card down, so eventually down the road I can help us all out. But my whole turn is now, in essence, done.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I really like what this card does, but I think that's my gripe is at high player counts, specifically for it's a little too expensive, it feels like, but at the same time it's incredibly powerful as long as you're in protection, I feel like.
Okay, so that's the caveat. In protection, it really feels like it hits its stride, but in everything else it's just not as good.
Yeah, because I mean we played a game and you've seen where I had practice plan, I had this at, and I was like, all right guys, I got you, and I just soaked everything. I drew some cards, and then the next turn I just played it again. I was like, okay guys, I got you.
In that game we had to deal with like 17 encounter cards, so
yes, that was a very unique game.
A ton of attacks that you were able to just kind of take to the face and not take any damage because of how high your defense was.
Yeah. But it was designed to utilize draw their fire's main thing. So we've got 2 more. Let's go ahead and skip over to
let's save that one.
Vibranium Microwave.
All right.
The 2-cost upgrade. This is the one that gives him that static +1 defense, and it's Wakanda traded, so that's cool.
Yeah, Vibranium. This lets you prevent 1, right? Exhaust it, prevent 1 damage, and deal 1 damage. So
it's a pretty straightforward ability. It's whatever that protection card is. It's just a constant that, which is
like
nice.
electrostatic armor plus a energy barrier, kind of smushed into one.
Barrier. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, I guess the energy barrier is probably a better thing because it still does the 1 damage.
It's an armored vest plus energy barrier.
Yeah, sure. They had a baby.
I think it's a great card. I think this is his other one. If you can get his Vibranium Microwave and his battle awareness out, you've pretty much set up essentially to do what you need to do. In my opinion.
I would agree. Yeah, this is the one card. It's like it's incentivizing you to block a whole bunch, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But it also kind of makes him want to be protection because he's got all these tools that are making him feel very strong as a defensive player hero.
Yep, agreed. And the last card is other upgrade, 2-cost, Talon Line. This one's an interesting one because it's not a preparation, but it acts like a preparation in a way.
Yeah, it's an upgrade. You get to play it down and use it whenever you want to use it. You got to discard it. Yeah, we'll get to. For each icon on the discarded boost area, and like we've kind of already talked about, most time it's 1, sometimes 2. You can either ready once and then or stun or do both if you have multiple icons.
Yeah. It's ready a character you can control, so you can do allies if you want to, but generally you're going to be doing you're gonna ready yourself, and then
The values
stun.
in your
You could,
hero.
yeah, you can stun a ton of enemies, which is nice. But I think it's interesting because you have to use his Eagle Eye hero ability to do this.
Which his whole Eagle Eye is once you play it, you can discard the top card.
Yeah, so you're basically you get to see it fresh and then decide, am I going to
Decide
use
if you want
Talon Line or not?
To me, this one just seemed very inconsistent in the fact that, like, in a normal, like, 1 to 2 player game, I may only see this card one time. Like, he needed a way to go fetch this. Like, I almost feel like he needed this to be a bird.
A bird.
'Cause
Yeah,
then it would
I
have
mean,
made it, like,
I don't
more
disagree with
beneficial.
you.
Because I could go grab it. You know, I've heard arguments that it would be nice if you didn't have to discard it. Like, you could almost, like, exhaust and choose one. To me, that makes it a little too powerful to be able to stun an
Yeah,
enemy at will.
it would be very powerful.
To me, I mean, even if you went that route, just exhaust, and I would say ready my character would be worth it, especially for the cost.
Yeah,
I mean, because there's tons of other heroes that ready at will with an upgrade. It's not like it's out of the ordinary.
Yeah, yeah. And this is why I want to save this card for last, is because this is the way he readies. And every time you play Falcon, the biggest thing that comes to mind is I feel like he needs to ready to be effective. And that's why I play him in protection, so I can ready. And this is a very inconsistent way of readying and a very expensive way to ready for him.
And like I've said, is like he has got a ton of cards that want you to defend and to exhaust in the villain phase, and then you've shot yourself in the foot because then you can't use your card to exhaust and boost a basic attack or a basic thwart because you're exhausted. So then you have to find ways to ready to actually like use some of your stuff.
Yeah, it's such a weird card because if you use it, if you actually play it and then use it right, it's really powerful. Like stunning multiple for only 2 cost and a little hoops to run through, or a stun and a ready. That's pretty strong, especially if you get it on that 3. But it feels like a lot of work to get to that. And sometimes when you finally get to that, you're like, well, I really don't need to do this. So it'd be like a waste. So I don't know.
I just, like I said, it's a lot to do to potentially only do it one time in a game.
Yeah. It's I think it's his weakest upgrade that has strong potential. whatever you want to.
It's like this is the card that could have turned him, like pushed him up. I know we don't do like A, B, C, D, E, F, G tiers, but like this card was better. It could have pushed him up a tier.
I think potentially if it stayed out and did some version of this in its own way that worked, that didn't make it super powerful, yeah, I agree.
It's like the missing thing he needed.
Yeah, I honestly I would be okay with just getting rid of the stun. And
That's
just
what I'm saying.
keeping the
It's
ready.
just his ready card. Yeah.
It's the ready that's really important for him. That every time I've played, that's what I feel like is like, I need to ready.
I need to be ready to do what he wants to do. Yep.
And I think we've even talked about it in the past that if a hero's stat line is like a 2/2/2, they need to have a ready because that stat line like indicates that their basic is important to them.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I agree.
Yeah. This was a big hurt. I think this is the weakest card of him. So that's Falcon. Is there any any aspect cards? I guess we need to talk about at least one, probably 2 of them.
I think there's 2 things we got to talk about. I think the biggest thing is strength and diversity. I think that added a complete new way to play like any hero.
Oh man, it was nuts. Some of the things people are doing with strength and diversity.
I mean, whenever you're able to do like 13, 14, 15 random 1 damage or thwart anywhere is pretty chaotic.
Yeah, and it's not even a thwart or an attack, so you can get around like guard and patrol, and you can mess with tough and retaliate. It's so powerful.
Yeah, it's a ping damage, you know, dream. But or I mean, and you could even like set yourself up for a bunch of stuff, right? Like I'm gonna ping everything down to like 1, and I'm gonna do a big overkill, or I'm gonna do the clear the area, remove the last threat from a scheme. You can really set yourself up. And like even if you're playing with some multiplayer and everyone chooses a very siloed team, you're just adding to this, and then most people can be like, yeah, I can contribute 2 resources, right?
Yeah, yeah. That if it wasn't for that alliance, this card would be impossible to play. So
Yeah, that's why they mentioned alliance.
yeah, yeah. So good. So good.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about any of the allies. I think they're okay overall.
I mean, we're here for Falcon, man.
Yeah. The other card that a lot of people like, is this the other card you're talking about?
It's not, but you can talk about it.
Oh, Resource Reserve. It's a 1-cost support with leadership. Max 1 per player. Any player may spin the resource card tucked here as if it were in their hand. As an action, exhaust Resource Reserve. Tuck 1 resource card from your hand under here. So this is really good. A lot of people have been playing it with like Captain Marvel and shoving her 3-cost energy card and just letting people use it. And so she's just there to support. And that's pretty crazy.
Does this card fix Hulk, Ryan? You just shove his strength down in there, his 3, whatever, limitless rage or whatever.
It could help, yeah. Especially if you're like, I can't spend it. This is a great way to spend it in a way. So, what card?
I was going to talk about Captain America. Captain America. Yeah. So
this one's pretty cool.
Yeah. You have to go grab his shield. Put it to your hand. If it leaves play this way, deal damage. You throw it, deal some damage. Can you click on his shield wherever that thing is?
Nope,
Hey,
not Wingman.
Nope, it's a Wingman.
No.
I don't know where it is.
Where's his shield? There it is.
There, it's at the bottom there. So he gets another defense and retaliate 1.
So good. I like how just like unique it is to Falcon and Bucky. Yeah. I think that's cool.
Yep.
So I wouldn't mind to see more cards like this that kind of connect.
Like a Milner, that would be cool.
Yeah. You connect these other heroes with like special cards. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. It's a way to kind of share some stuff. I like that. So his obligation is a little unique because he has a hazard icon on there.
I know, it sucks.
It's one of those where you don't just flip and exhaust. It like comes out and has things you got to deal with.
Yeah, yeah. But it does have victory, which you don't see very often. So it's a way to get rid of it.
Sure. Yep.
Let's see. Trying to see if there's any. Nah. I think I'm good.
He came with Fixer. I mean, that's the only thing. Yeah, I say we're good to go to our final thoughts.
All right. Final thoughts. Do you want to go first? Or you want me?
I think I'll go first.
Okay, here it comes. I know what's gonna happen here.
Oh, you think you know? I don't think you know. I don't think you're ready for this.
Okay.
All right, Ryan. I am gonna give him a day old.
You're gonna give him a rating right off the bat?
Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like we've talked about it enough. Like,
okay, all right.
I feel like he's got some good events that does some good things. He's got decent resources. His low cost curve is nice. He defends really well, prevents a little bit of damage. He's got a couple cards that seem really key that are a little clunky to use, a little inconsistency. It's like it's nice for a turn, but that's it. And then maybe I'll have another turn with that. So to me, he struggles in that way. He's got a couple cards, like if you don't get them out, like it's really going to be a struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Aspects can help a little bit with that. I think putting so much emphasis on the bird and not having very many birds kind of makes it really worth 1 or 2 cards. So it's not like amazing. It would have been better if they would have figured out a way to make bird and aerial kind of work a little more synergistic in that way. But it is what it is. I'll save my rating until you give your thoughts. Right?
I definitely share some of those sentiments. I do think some of his cards are more clunky than they should be. I think, yeah, it's almost like I kind of think of it a lot like She-Hulk. Is that she has some really great cards that work good for her, but she has some straight duds that I just never play because they just don't feel like they're worth it. And I hate that. Normally, the stronger heroes, each card has a purpose that you can like utilize and it help. And I think he's got some that just don't quite work. And I think some of them work depending on the aspect, and it's mostly defense oriented or protection oriented. So if you're not protection, some of these cards just don't operate the same way. And I think that kind of limits his capabilities. And then ultimately, I think that his biggest issue is consistency with readying. He has no ready really, other than the talent line, and that's not an easy one to pull off. And at best, it's going to be one time, and that's not good enough. So it needs to be more. So that's what I'm going to say at
Fair
the moment.
synopsis. Yep. All right. I think I went first last time, so I'll let you have the honors, Ryan.
Okay.
I hope our ratings don't align because mine I think is pretty unique.
Okay. I am going to give Falcon the rating of the MCU Civil War movie version of Falcon, where he's a part of it. He has some good parts, but overall, he's a side character and not all that important to the plot. I enjoy playing him. I will admit, I don't hate him. I enjoy playing him. I mostly play him in protection because that's where I think he's the most fun. So I have fun with it. I've had some really good memories, especially with like Draw Their Fire and just like dominating the board. It's been good, but I know some people don't like kind of how controlling he is, and he has a lot of controlling type cards, like aerial recon's very controlling. Um, his ability is very controlling, and it's he generally doesn't have like big swing turns, so he kind of just meanders through a scenario. but I've enjoyed him, so I can't hate him. That's why I give him Civil War version.
Okay. All right, Ryan. You ready for mine?
Yep.
Okay. So my rating is going to be day-old buffet chicken at KFC.
Gosh, that's terrible.
in Kentucky. So it's like, yeah, it's still chicken. It might be edible, but it's a day old and it's just not great.
Ugh.
It is original recipe at least. But
Oh my gosh. Any sides with it, or just the chicken?
cold slaw, not coleslaw, it's cold slaw because it's a day old.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, I could not make him work very well. And I think your points, like if you like protection and you want a decent protection hero, he's probably, gonna do his job and role as a protection character. But he's just going to like flounder out, even with like if you wanna go all out with him, you really dig into aerial and you just pump aerial out as someone who has aerial and can hopefully pay for a bunch of aerial stuff. It pays a little bit into what he wants to do with cards and his eagle eye. So just pump out aerial as much as you can. So bring Cannonball along. That's probably my suggestion. And
Yeah, Cannonball is a good ally for him. Yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah, if it wasn't for Ariel, he would be straight doo doo.
he would be 3-day old.
He'd be
KFC.
3 day. Yes, he would be. Oh, well, we have a joke in our family that crystals. Some of you may have heard of crystals. Some other places similar, like White Castle. It's the little hamburgers. Crystals, if you eat it, it just goes straight through you, and if Falcon didn't have aerial, it would go straight through you and end up in the toilet.
You just cut out the middleman, buy it, and throw it in the toilet.
Yeah. So thankfully he has aerial, which I think that's why I like playing him in protection, because I have ever vigilant, which readies him and thwarts, and it makes him, when he readies, he is so much more usable. When he doesn't ready, he feels like he can stall pretty easily.
Or I mean, if you defend and now you're down, like I get to play my 1 or 2 aerial cards and I'm done. Now, granted, some of those could be good, but I may get stuck with a hand of upgrades that aren't going to do much for you now. You got to wait till the villain's turn to become a target for an attack. So all right, my question to everyone is, and I need you to argue in the comments, is Falcon the new aerial ace, or does Angel keep that?
Who said Angel is the aerial ace? I think some people might say Spectrum.
Spectrum, okay. Let's throw in the wild card of Spectrum.
It's probably Angel, though. I mean, Angel's really good. Spectrum's good.
Yeah, I mean, Spectrum is good, but Angel's better. I want to see it down in the comments. Who's the aerial ace right now in Marvel Champions? Let us know.
The goose to your Maverick. Wait, Goose dies.
Hey, that could have been a good rating, Ryan. You could have given him Goose.
I could have gave him Goose. He tried to eject and it just didn't work. Evacuation into the canopy.
Yes, aerial evacuation right up. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, listening. And if you want to reach out to us, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't. We know who you are. Email us marvelchampions@gmail.com. And we're closing in on the end of the year. We should have our end of the year awards episode out soon. And as always, if you want to go from a chump to a champ, listen to the Marvel Champions podcast. Thanks.
I was leading this one, and you totally took my outro on that.
I guess if you want to do it, I'll cut all this out if you want to.
No, well, we're keeping it in. We're keeping it in.
Dang.
See you later.
Go Falcon. Go Falcons. That's going to have been a good one, too, if we did the Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons.
No one's an Atlanta Falcons fan, let's be honest.
See you
Bless their hearts.